Hello and welcome to the Hospitality Investor Report. My name is Dallas Roark. I'm the co-founder of Destination UX, a hospitality management company located here in the Pacific Northwest, although we manage all across the United States and maybe one day internationally, but not today. And this podcast is just all about hospitality investing and all things to do with that in the industry. So I just wanted to kick it off with how I got started in hospitality investing, and then talk about a couple avenues that other people can get started, and who I think should start a hospitality business. And then we'll end the podcast there. Don't want to do too long of an episode, but without further ado, me and my partner Natalia, we bought our first house in 2020, and we converted the basement into a mother-in-law basement and actually rented it out as a short-term rental through Airbnb and then VRBO eventually. And that steamrolled into our next property, and then other people asking us to manage their Airbnbs because they liked the softwares we were using. And now we both quit our full-time jobs and focus all in on our hospitality management business. And we're very excited. We're growing very quickly, and that's basically how we got started. So a side passion that grew from that is helping other people get started investing, because in my opinion, anyone can do it. There's a lot of scenarios where it's just asking, and if people that are good at asking, then they can ask on your behalf and you can do other work for them. Because in my opinion, the labor industry should own a lot more of hospitality businesses. They do most of the work, in some cases all the work. For instance, vacation rental management, it's a lot of cleaning involved in it. I mean, there's plenty of other tasks that you need to do, and definitely not all people in the industry could do all those tasks by themselves, but they could easily get people on their team and build systems that work for them to achieve the same level of success, if not more, than other people. There's a lot of absentee hospitality business owners that just have a good team in place and a good product, and it does well. It's in a good area. Maybe there's the only pizza spot in town, and they're going to do well, depending on the size of the town. Pizza is a high demand product, good margins, and it's going to do well. And in my opinion, there's a lot of people out there that are doing a lot of the work and not getting the equity that they deserve. So I just wanted to make this quick video outlining a few ways that someone that's working a hospitality job right now could start the conversation to own a business. So the first thing that immediately comes to mind is if you go onto LoopNet or BizBuySell and just start calling people and asking if the seller is open to carrying any part of the loan or seller financing the loan to you, that is one route right off the bat that you might not even need to go to a bank, and a seller might just agree based on who you are and what you can do, and just by asking that they'll sell you the business, and you don't need any formal approval or any of that. The seller's taking the risk that you'll, perform the duties and grow the business. But at the same time, they're also selling their business, which not all people get to do. There's plenty of businesses that go unsold and just get canceled. And a lot of businesses don't even list themselves on the market. They just dwindle away. So huge opportunity just to ask people that own a business that you wouldn't mind owning, and just see if they're open to seller carrying. That's one route that you can go in any market. You can just start making these calls pretty much immediately, and people will start responding to you, and you'll probably get more no's than yeses. But depending on, again, your background, your experience, there may be some interest to sell to you if no one else in that person's family is in the industry, like the pizza industry or maybe the bar industry, and you have 12 years experience. There's a good chance that they have some interest in at least talking to you and hearing your story. And then another way that comes to mind would be through the commercial banks, SBA loans. If it's a small business and it's under a certain amount, I think it's 2 million right now, you can go through an SBA lender, and as long as you have a 600 credit score, then you can qualify for up to $2 million in cash to start your business. Obviously, there's a lot of, hand holding with how those funds are used. They want you to use it to grow your business, but it's still something that you can use as a means to get a business that pays for itself. And if you work on it, could potentially pay itself off even faster and be a life-changing asset for, your family and yourself. And I just wanted to give you those quick, two ideas, something you can immediately look into. Hey, seller financing. Hey, do I qualify for SBA? And just ask a bunch of the, business owners of the businesses you want, whether it's a bar or a restaurant or a vacation rental or a hotel, like, the Four Seasons. Someone owns it. It's not always a big company. And there's a chance they're willing to make a deal with you. And, maybe it's just a small business to start, but that's all you really need in today's economy, and to, retire and live a good life without having to do work or rely on the fact that you have to do work, continuously. It's a vehicle to essentially provide value to others without having to do the work. I mean, that's the goal eventually. There's always something involved, but still, it's a lot better than, just working for someone else your whole life, or relying on working for someone else your whole life. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but you just want to think about your future too at the same time, and understand that you might not always be able to give it your all and do a heavy labor job for the rest of your life. So that's basically all I wanted to get across the plate. Thank you for listening to the Hospitality Investor Report. Again, my name is Dallas Roark, co-founder of Destination UX. And if you enjoyed, please consider subscribing, liking, commenting. And without further ado, have a good one. Peace.